everybody, welcome to my ugly dress Halloween transformation. I have had an absolutely wonderful time transforming this genuine vintage striped 50s dress that was very oversized and unflattering into this really cute spoopy dress. I'm going to take you through it like a vlog because, as I've said in previous videos, we're renovating our flat, which has meant there's been a lot of noise, a lot of banging, a lot of drills, and it just would have been a muted video or it would have been a very fun time for you guys. So yeah, it was difficult. I kind of had to think on the fly about some things. But I'm really happy with it. It went from a dress that was ghastly to look at to something that actually, if I saw it in a shop or on Etsy, I would buy. So that's, and it cost me, let's see, the dress was, I think it was a tenner. I say it in the actual vlog and so go by that because this has been quite a while. It's actually been since the beginning of July, so I have forgotten, but I do believe the dress was under £10. These buttons were £2.50. This little spider brooch was 99p. Then I've got some lace edging here. This was 99p. Have I got anything else about me? No, this was from an old Halloween decorated table. The black I already had. This is the same lace that's on here. I made the crochet little edging here myself and around here, so that didn't cost me anything. I embroidered all this spider web detail myself. Oh yeah, the thread for this was £1.50. So altogether you're looking at less than £20 for a dress that, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you know anything about me, you know that I love Halloween and that I'm weird and that I love like vintage 50s style dresses and hair, obviously. So all in all, this was wonderful. It was very time consuming. Took me a lot longer than I was expecting, and I had to do a lot more sort of structural, architectural seamstressry than I thought that I had to. So I completely changed these sleeves. They were long and very baggy and very ugly. And I thought I was just gonna like nip them in a little bit, but that made it really weird and I couldn't put my arms down, so I was like, they're going. So I just cut them off and then popped these cap sleeves on. I had to adjust the size as well because it was 3 sizes too big, which meant it didn't fit up here. So I had to also go in and like adjust the darts here and the darts at the back and the side seams. I had to re-sew the zip because it was then like around the back. So all in all, it was a long process, but I'm so happy with it, and I actually like this dress so much. I might, if you guys like it, I might do some kind of like lookbook with like other vintage kind of witchy themes, and I've already got 2 other dresses that I think would work really well with that. So let me know if you want something like that, but until then, just enjoy this vlog, enjoy watching me make tea and hot chocolate, lots and lots, because that's what powered me through. And yeah, let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you later. Bye. Needed that. Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be transforming this fairly ugly dress into a Halloween style dress. The sleeves just kind of drape, there's absolutely no shape or form to them whatsoever. The collar
is awful. Reducing the bodice size. There are a few darts here, so I think rather than going in at the zip here on the side, I think it might be easier for me to go in at these front pleats instead. Does it have back pleats? Oh good, it has back pleats as well, so there's 4 areas that I can go in. The collar is just not set very well. This is a handmade dress. It's also polyester, which is a very, very, very difficult fabric because it's quite thick and chunky. So yeah, but I think it does have potential. It still has that fit and flare 50s style, so I think I can do something with it. Okay guys, here's my work for the day. So you'll probably notice the change of light. That's because it's actually been all day. I wanted to vlog it, but I didn't get the chance to because we're having work done at the moment. So there was lots of banging and drills and stuff like that. So I just quietly worked on it. So the first thing I did was reduce down the sides. Sorry, not down the sides. I went down the darts like I thought. And then the next thing I did was remove the sleeve and then stitch the hem over. So the next thing I did was add these lace cap sleeves, which haven't been finished off on the side here. I then added the same lace down the button, and there's going to be 2 faux buttons here that are like pretty silver bats. Then I crocheted this myself. Let's get up nice and close so you can see. Is that focusing? Yes, lovely. So I crocheted this little trim here using embroidery thread and a 1.25 millimeter hook. So the next thing I'm going to do is run the same crochet trim down the sides, and then I'm going to remove this collar and begin to make my black collar. Hi guys, so it's 11 AM the next day and I'm feeling quite happy with my project. I've been up since 5. I have worked until now. I have a bit of a migraine today, so I'm not feeling too great, but it's the weekend, I've done my chores, I've worked the amount that I need to today, so I feel absolutely no guilt whatsoever, just purely working on my Halloween dress project. So for today, I'll be really happy if I can get the crochet lace trim put on the capped lace shoulders, and if I can begin my collar. So what I'm doing with that is it's going to be black instead of the same stripy print as the dress, and I'm going to embroider like spider webs and spiders and creepy things kind of all over it in like silver, and I think with a few little beads in there. I think the contrast with the black collar and the black lace that's in the middle here, I think will look really good, depending on my embroidery skills. So yeah, I'm still in my PJs. It was cold this morning and I just didn't feel like putting my clothes on, so I've worked, I've done chores. I'm just gonna stay in my PJs and finish my project, and I don't really care. So I'll check in with you as I'm kind of working on things. We're not having any work done today on the flat, so I should be able to like record and vlog a little bit like this rather than it being so clipped. Okay, so I have finished my sleeves. That really didn't take very long at all. Once I had worked out the pattern I wanted from on here, these ones, that was what was taking me so long. So actually just creating that little bit of trim and attaching it on was really quite easy. And then there's the other side. And I've also just removed the collar very professionally. Literally, I just hacked at it with scissors. But what I'm going to do, I know it's not the right way, but here where this seam is, because there's a lot of wear and tear on this dress already, I don't want to risk it. So what I'm going to do is create my collar and then just wrong sides together, stitch all along here. And it will still finish here and here, which I quite like because then this is exposed. So yeah, time to work on my collar. Okay, so I'm about halfway through the embroidery of my collar. So this is the top part here where it will connect to the neckline. The buttonholes are coming down here and this is where it will loop. So the other one was quite square, quite here. I'm going to round it and I'll zoom you in so you can see my embroidery. I love the little teardrop here. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I've actually also made a spider with so many legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think on the other side I'm going to perch him kind of maybe like this, and then have the string like have his own little, her own little web coming down like that. So isn't he cute? So I'm quite happy with my progress today. Hopefully I can get the embroidery finished. I don't know if I'll be able to construct the collar and attach it today, but I'm going to see how we go. It's about 3 p.m. today, so I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Oh my goodness, guys, I can't believe I actually got it done. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when you saw me last, I believe I was embroidering this one, and I love the little teardrops. So I finished the next one, and I even made a little spider. So he's all been clipped on. I don't know if I'm happy with the shape of the collar. This is basically 3 pieces of cotton, so it's not as thick a material as what was there before. So I think I'm going to starch it and iron it, because you see how it's just a little bit lumpy. This was actually already here before, so I've not messed around with that. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but basically I was trying to unpick in here, and because this is like a knit polyester, it was just unraveling rather than the stitches coming out. So I decided not to mess around with the collar too much, and instead I just cut the collar off. So you can see this is where the old collar would have gone, and I have literally just turned it back on itself and then stitched it. I think it's called blind stitch, I could be wrong on that one. So yeah, but this one's not as stiff, so I think that's going to be my first thing, is that I'm going to starch the back and iron it, and then see if I can get that kind of crisp look. But on the whole, I mean, look, bear in mind this started out as something that was ungodly, and now it's actually becoming kind of cute. So my next thing, I'm deciding, do I embroider here, say like a square of cobweb coming out like this, like that, or the other way, so like that coming out this way, or do I do small ones all along this like lace kind of button post? I think I'm going to embroider the belt with some cobwebs, and then I will do the base of the skirt, but that's my main. I need to decide. Also, I had another idea. Do I put these cute little teardrops on just like, I don't know, every 3, so like 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, like that, or maybe just 3 on the top, like 1, 2 and 3? Or do I leave the sleeves as done, because they'll get heavy, that's the thing, and I don't really want them to fall, but they'll be on me, they'll be on my shoulder. Oh, I don't know, guys, I don't know. And so imagine 3 silver or 2 silver bats. I haven't decided how many I'm going to do there yet. I can't decide. I'm going to sleep on it. I don't think I'm going to do any more tonight, because I am so impressed that I was actually able to finish the sleeves, embroider the collar and stitch the collar on. So I think I'm just going to let this be it for tonight, and then see how I feel tomorrow about those choices I have to make. Another day, another set of PJs, Ariel ones this time. This is my grease mug. I love it very much. It's from my bestie. So it is 7 p.m. the next day, hence PJs, but like I've been dressed, clothed, worked, done everything that I need to today. I left it yesterday being very unsure about my next steps vis-a-vis the embroidery. So I did a poll on Instagram and you guys were very, very helpful. So what you have said to do is to embroider down the lace on the front and not on the shoulders. Well, it's just going to be one shoulder actually. And then yes, to embroider at the skirt, and I'm going to leave it a little more time because I also asked about those little teardrops on the cap shoulders, and at the moment that is literally 50-50. So I'm going to wait. I mean, I'll just do that bit last. It's going to take me a few weeks to do the embroidery parts anyway. Okay, here's where I'm up to. I am happier with it. I do like it there on the button post, button flap. I'm not quite sure what you would call that. But I think it's a little bit too symmetrical. I don't know. There's something strange about like this part here. So I think what I'm going to do is just do like a few lines like connecting, so it kind of looks like it's one whole piece rather than 6 or however many small pieces. But it is coming a long way. If I back up now, it is starting to have a bit of a cohesive sort of look about it. I think it will be really nice when it's embroidered at the bottom. Look at him, he's nicked my seat. This is my thread. I'm using Diamond DMC, and it's particularly for cross stitch. That's the colour. So it's 2 strands for cross stitch, and it's coming out just nice enough. But look, I'm nearly out. I'm down to my last layer. I think that I like this one more, so what I did was added a little quarter one here and these like joining lines in between the circular there. So yeah, where the cobwebs were just a circle, I then added just a little bit in like that, and then in here too, and I think that just makes it look a lot more cohesive. Sorry about that guys, my camera cut out. So as I was trying to show you, it was the little label that I've put in. If it wasn't clear it's a Halloween dress before, it's certainly clear now. So hi lovelies, so it's been a little while since I spoke to you. It's been about 2 months since I've worked on this project, and I'm about to get started on it again. I had to wait a very long time for the supplies to arrive from China, the lace that I'm working on and the little back buttons. So I've got everything, and I think I've only really got about half a day left to work on this project. So yeah, let's get started. Hello lovelies, so I'm back with the ugly dress that is not really looking that ugly now. It's got some cute little capped lace sleeves and some little embroidery work down the front. So the last time I saw you, I was working on the belt, and I had embroidered straight onto the silk, and it just wasn't supporting the embroidery work. It was just creasing, and then I kind of looked at the whole thing and I realized actually it was kind of a bit much. So what I've gone with instead is this like really cool brooch on the belt, and I think that's quite nice. What I'll do when I'm actually wearing it is I will pin it both to the dress and the belt itself, because at the moment it is flopping forward. I'll show you from this side. You can kind of see there's a lot of room in the back there. So the next steps are, I finally received my buttons. So it's these buttons, the silver ones, they're bats, and I'm going to thread them down the post, stitch them down the posts. And then I was going to embroider at the bottom of the skirt, but I think it might be overkill. So instead what I'm going to do is to just quickly pop over some lace. And so I'm really not very far away from being finished actually. It's just the buttons and the little lace at the bottom. So again, I'm going to vlog it like this because it's very difficult to obviously capture it whilst I'm doing it, and I don't have the setup to do a time lapse at the moment, so we're still having renovation work done. So yeah, I'll check back in once. I think I'm going to start with the buttons. Oh, and also behind those buttons, you won't see it, but at the moment there is only literally one popper at the top here, so I will be putting some more poppers maybe in line with the buttons, so 1, 2, 3 down there. So I'll check in with you when I've done that. There we go. Doesn't that look better? So it's now got a popper here and a popper here, and it originally already had one at the top there, and it's got the 3 little cute silver buttons. And from afar, oh, look at my dog in the background. Yeah, it's looking good. I do think it needs just something to finish off the bottom, but we're so close, guys.
What do you do? Hi. Maybe kiss. Aw, thank you. Can I have a kiss? Oh, thank you. Oh!